Hi, anybody. Welcome into Jay's Bucket. I'm Jay, and as always, I got my building buddy Jay here hanging out with me whenever we're down here in the Lego room. And welcome into episode number 15 of Bucket Life. This one is called Jammin Out. And if you checked out the thumbnail on YouTube, that is not my guitar. That's all good. All right, here on Jay's Bucket, I do Lego live build live streams every single Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And I've also started, as of this year, doing weekly live builds on either a Tuesday or a Wednesday every single week. Those start at 7 p.m. Eastern time. This week's going to be on Wednesday, February 19th, and we are going to finally finish the Galaxy Explorer. So that should be a really fun stream. Hopefully you all want to come and hang out with me as I go. All right, well, today is Valentine's Day, and although I don't celebrate Valentine's Day too often, I will give Mrs. Bucket a big happy Valentine's Day. Normally we don't celebrate too much. This year I do have a little something for her. Nothing she's going to expect whatsoever, though, which I think is kind of fun. All right, what are my thoughts for this week? My thoughts, and I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately, I want to play some like dice games or board games or something on a live stream with you guys in the chat, and I have no clue how it will actually play out, no pun intended, or if it'll even work. But you know what? I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I got this new game called Spicy Dice. It's kind of like Yahtzee, and I really want to try and play it on a live stream. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm kind of excited to try it. It all depends on you guys, though. You being the ones that are gonna be there live in the chat, and how it's gonna work. I don't know if we would just do like everyone in the chat against Jay, or if there were certain people that wanted to participate and maybe we just rotate turns and you guys kind of say in the chat what you want to do for your turn. Obviously I would always be the one rolling the dice. My thoughts are that I have like my cell phone camera I could set up at a strange angle and kind of get a shot just of the table here a little bit. It would have to be going back and forth, similar to how I do the OBS Void of Doom to get into the desktop to view the Lego site on these podcasts. So it would kind of be like a back and forth between this view of me and then the view of the camera shooting straight down to check out the dice rolls. I don't know. It's been playing in my head a little bit, and I really want to try it out sometime. So let me know in the comments of this video if you think that would be fun or if you think it'd be just ridiculous and wouldn't work at all. But I'm curious to give it a shot. In honor of George, I'm going to water break a little bit more often during these because I find by the end of it, my voice is gone. So there we go. All right, we are going to move into this week's shout out. Link in the description for this one. We are shouting out Mom and Son Train Rail Fans. We got Tammy and Ray, who have been a very supportive YouTube channel of mine, actually. Tammy is not always, but Tammy is in my comments quite often, actually. It's actually nice to see the interaction. They do some great stuff over on their channel. They have over 2,000 subs. They have a huge model rail yard, I believe, in their garage. At least that's kind of what it looks like. But just a massive space of table space with model rail road stuff all over it. Really, really cool layout they have. But now Ray has been getting very heavily into the Lego scene. Ray's going to have more Lego than me here really shortly if he keeps building as much as he's building. So, Ray, you got to slow down a little, bud. Don't build so many sets. No, I'm just kidding. It's awesome. They're kind of integrating Ray's Lego builds into their model trains, and it's really cool to see their layout come to life with Lego inside of it. And yeah, Tammy's super supportive. Ray has autism, which I think is really neat that he's so into Lego and he gets so focused on them, and it's really cool. But it's really nice to see them in the community. They've been around a bunch of other channels that I've been interacting with, so it's really cool to see them below. So I'm going to link their channel in my description below here, so go ahead and check them out if you'd like, and go over and say hi, give them a subscribe if you'd like. And yeah, it's lots of fun over there. So I'd like to shout out Mom and Son Train Rail Fans, Tammy and Ray. Thank you for being you guys and hanging out with us over here sometimes. So there you go. Excuse me. All right, we will move to the Studtastic Voyage. And we got 2 new people up on the map this week. Ironically, it was another one of those where I did a surprise live build right after I filmed the podcast video last week. So technically, I should have put them on in last week's video, but it's just how videos and stuff go here. We got 2 people. So we got Little Lego, we got Purple over in Northern California. So that was a pretty cool ad. My second Californian viewer. And then we had Shelby, who wanted a green stud over in BC, which I thought was pretty neat. So we got the west coast of Canada being represented by Shelby. So thank you to both of you for coming over and joining the JaysBucket Lego map. And just another quick reminder, we are on the road to 10,000 subs, although it may never happen, but we also have the massive JaysBucket sign that I'd like to complete someday. That is a future goal of mine, 10,240 subs, and we'll be able to, well, just less than that because of the border of it all, but basically 10,000 subs, and we can complete that JaysBucket sign. So I know it's a pretty crazy goal of mine. Maybe 10 years from now we'll get there, or maybe never, who knows. But yeah, just a reminder that we got that going. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna take another quick water break because of my voice. All right, we are gonna go check out new bricks in the bucket. Just a couple things here. That gift with purchase that I've been whining about for the past like 2-3 weeks, the Brick Baron. He secured it for me. He put in an order while it was a gift with purchase. It kind of sucks that we have to do it this way, but he's eventually gonna send that over to me, and eventually we'll get it and we'll build it. But yeah, there we go. So I will have that botanical gift with purchase poly bag eventually. Well, it technically shouldn't have even been a gift with purchase. I should have bought that at my Toys R Us. All right, enough griping over that little poly bag though. That's it. All right, Mrs. Bucket actually has been creating some Lego scenes. Those little what are they? 8x8 little scene. What? Yeah, I was gonna say why don't I grab one and show you, but sure. Why don't I do that? I'll quickly grab one here, and because she's actually quite proud. I should have had this ready, but oh well. She's quite proud of these. So she's got like a little, almost like a flower scene here going on. So I think these are pretty neat, actually. She's been working really hard on these. Anytime she's down here in the Lego room, that's usually what she's working on. Those are mostly for Instagram. I don't really do anything with those on the YouTube channel here. She plays around with those and posts them to the JaysBucket Instagram. Actually, I think she's actually putting them on the Mrs. Bucket Instagram and then somehow linking them over to mine. I don't know what she's doing. Instagram is mostly not me. Like I said, I come on there and chat with some people, but most of the things that go up on Instagram is credit to Mrs. Bucket. So there we go. All right, let's go into that OBS Void of Doom, and we're going to quickly hit the countdown to the time capsule. We got 177 days left until that time capsule is going to get opened. So there we go. And now we are going to talk about Jammin Out. Jammin Out. All right. So lately, actually, let me start here. Did you, when you were, say, in your teens or something, did you feel like you had to have one genre of music that you listened to? Because I feel like a lot of people kind of do. They kind of get into a group or a crowd of, friends or whatever, and I feel like people kind of feel like they need to kind of fall into line with one style of music. And I think everyone kind of goes through phases, maybe. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just like one kind of music and that's all you stick with. But I feel like when I was younger, like, I don't know. I did kind of skip around a little bit, but I do feel like I almost had to, depending on who my friends were. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but the other day I started going through my Spotify playlists, and I've had the same playlist going, and I do kind of separate the music types. I have like a rock and roll playlist, I have like a rap playlist, I have my piano playlist because I'm a nerd, and then I was going through my rock and roll playlist, and I'm like, and my rock and roll playlist consists of anything from like classic rock to like punk rock to some even screamo and stuff in there. So it's pretty wide there, and even the rap playlist has like hip hop and rap and R&B kind of, but mostly rap, I would say, in that one. But I was going through my rock and roll playlist the other day, and in my head I was like, I know there are songs that I'm missing from my childhood that I haven't heard in such a long time. And I kind of just started running through a bunch of other people's playlists, and I was hit with a huge nostalgia burst like last week of all these old songs that I had forgotten about but still kind of remembered. And I'm very much like, I'm not musically inclined. Like, if you see the thumbnail there, I'm holding a guitar. It's not my guitar, it is my daughter's. Shout out to her for letting me use it for the thumbnail. But I want to think I can play instruments, but I just don't put the time and effort into them. Like, I do feel like I have the fingers for a guitar or even the piano, but I don't put the time and effort into trying to learn them. And like, I do keep telling myself I want to learn the piano one day. I love to play the guitar. I used to play guitar. No, that's wrong. I used to play around on a guitar. I bought like a cheap electric guitar, and I was playing around with it for a bit when I was single. And then kind of stopped. And same thing with with the piano. Like, I've borrowed a keyboard from someone, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to get into this, and I start doing it, and it's like, oh, this is hard, and I stop again. But one thing I do have in kind of a musical way is, like, I'm very on point with lyrics, and I can't really sing that well, but I can definitely sing along and keep a rhythm. I'm very good at that. I can rap stuff pretty good. I can sing a lot of songs on rhythm with whoever's singing it. My singing voice isn't great, but I don't care. I still howl sometimes throughout the house when I'm in those moods. But yeah, I was going through like some playlists that other people had created and finding old songs that I hadn't heard in years, and it was crazy how just like I'd hear the beginning of the song and it was just like, oh my goodness, and just get right back into it and like almost know word for word already. And it was like I said, it was a huge nostalgia burst. And then so I started adding, like, I think I probably added a good 30 songs to, an existing playlist over the past week or so of listening to other people's playlists. And it's the type of thing where it's like, why didn't I have these songs before? And I remember having a bunch of burnt CDs when I was a kid. And, like, there are definitely songs on there that I absolutely loved and just for the life of me cannot remember what they are and may never ever be able to listen to them again. But it was really cool to actually hear all these songs again from kind of my childhood, teenage years that I had forgotten about. So that was really cool. Then my nerdness is going to come out here again. Then I came across a completely new genre of music that I guess I had known about from afar, but never really gotten myself into. And that is lo-fi music. I don't know what it is about lo-fi music, but I'm getting huge nostalgia bursts on video game lo-fi music. And I'm addicted to it. I'm playing it like in the background all the time while I'm at work, while we're playing card games, while I'm doing the dishes. Like, it's literally, I think Mrs. Bucket is just honestly getting super annoyed because I'll be honest, shameful, but nostalgia ridden here. A lot of it's Pokemon Game Boy music, and it's huge nostalgia bursts that I just am really jamming out to lately. And I don't know, I think it's neat to have kind of a new genre of music. And I think one thing I'm going to start to do, and I don't know how this is going to work out, but I think I'm going to start combining my playlists into one massive Spotify playlist. And I want to kind of do it in a way where there's no like rock and roll and then rap. And I want to just boom, pop in songs randomly here and there. Because even when you're on a shuffle play, like you can get songs that come up side by side. So I would like to just have them randomly in there and just have one massive Spotify playlist where I can just be like song way out of right field, way out of left field. One other genre too that I hated as a kid, probably thanks to my mom, shout out Mom, I love you, but was country music. I was never into country music. She played Shania Twain all the time, and I couldn't stand it. But now that I'm a bit older, I definitely do like some country music. It's not my favorite genre, but there was a point, probably 2 or 3 years ago where it was just like I was on this crazy country music binge, and it definitely doesn't come by as much. But it's just, I don't know, I think it's really cool to have a really wide array of genres of music that you can listen to, because music can put you in different moods. Like, there's times where I'm like, I just want to chill, and that's my piano music, and it's now turning into this lo-fi music, but piano music really calms me down. I find if I wake up and I'm in a bad mood, I throw some piano music on, and it really starts to kind of calm me down. But then there's times where, like, I want to get through these dishes, and I'll put on the rock and roll playlist, and it's just like, just rocking out to whatever is on. And then, rap just puts me in a... If I ever want to get home quickly, it's put on some rap when I'm in the car. But, I do really think it's good to have a wide array of genres of music. And I don't think you should ever limit yourself to one type, because there is so much good music out there that you definitely could be missing out. And I'm sure there's even genres that I haven't even discovered yet. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your favorite type of music is, or if you're kind of like me and like have just a wide array of music that you like. And it could depend one day to the next. Like, one day I could be one type, and then the next day it could be something completely different. But I will say, almost embarrassingly, this lo-fi music is really, really getting to me lately. So there we go. Jammin' out. All right, let's move on to the only clue that I'm going to give you this week for the next Lego set, because I'm lazy. I just simply didn't put out community posts this week about this set that was coming up. And I think the reason was it'd kind of be too easy to get this one. because of the time of year that it's going to be. Now, when this video gets released, it's going to be Valentine's Day. The Sunday live build that's going to come 2 days after this is going to be themed around Valentine's. I know it's after and it's over with and whatnot, but whatever. I don't care. The set that I will be live building, one is a gift with purchase. They're actually down here. I could show you the one. So we're going to be doing the creator gift with purchase 40759. It's a nice little heart box of chocolates. I think this is a really neat looking set. It was a cool gift with purchase I got, so I like that. But the main set that I'm going to be building is an IP that doesn't have an official theme, and it's kind of weird. I thought it would. It's labeled right there in the box, but it's not. So it's probably one of yours, but it was definitely one of my favorite Saturday morning cartoons to watch as a kid. And it's a newer set, so it'll be very easy for anyone to guess the clue. Throw it down in the comments below if you can guess what set we'll be building, themed around Valentine's Day, and a very fun Saturday morning cartoon to watch. So there you go. All right, we'll move over to the Q&A, and we actually had no questions last week. Now, Seth, if you're watching, I still have, almost ashamed, but I still have the bucket list question in the back pocket. I will answer it someday. I don't know when, but someday. I wrote down the numbers 1 through 10 at the back of my little book here, and I want to get 10 things on the bucket list before I answer the question for you. So that's kind of my plan for that, but I don't know exactly when it will be. So, well, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Please throw some comments down below and give me some questions that I can answer in the Q&A section here. If you feel so inclined, smash the like button. That'd be great. Helps my content out a lot. Definitely comment below of whatever you'd like, but you know, questions are great. Let me know your favorite music, and let me know your thoughts on the Spicy Dice live dice game, whatever we're gonna call that. I have no clue, but I don't know. I think it could be fun. And yeah, lastly, if you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and help us get to that goal to build the giant JaysBucket sign. So there we go. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you for watching. Have yourself a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Have a good one. We'll see you soon. Woo!